Why does it seem like the more a man gives, the less he's respected? Why is it that the guy who bends over backward for a woman often ends up ghosted, while the one who barely texts back is suddenly irresistible? It sounds backward, doesn't it? But that's exactly what we're going to break down in this video. Welcome to Man of Substance, and today, we're diving into a topic that gets a lot of men confused and frustrated. Why women seem to want men who don't value them. Now, let's be clear. It's not that women literally want to be disrespected or hurt. No one does. But there's a deeper dynamic at play, and if you don't understand it, you'll keep losing in silence while the guy who barely tries keeps winning without effort. This isn't about becoming a jerk or playing games. It's about waking up. It's about realizing that your niceness isn't what's turning women off. It's how you're showing up with neediness, lack of boundaries, and a desperate need for validation. That's what kills attraction. And what most men mistake for kindness is often just fear of being disliked. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the real psychology behind this pattern. We'll look at what's really happening when women chase men who don't seem to value them, and what it says about you, not just them. Because if you want to start winning, not just in love, but as a man, you've got to unlearn everything you've been taught about being the good guy. Let's get into it. 1. The more you care, the less she feels. It sounds wrong, doesn't it? That caring too much could actually turn her off. But that's exactly what happens when your care crosses a certain line. And most men don't even realize they're doing it. Here's what's really going on. When a man starts investing in a woman emotionally, mentally, or even financially before she's earned it, it doesn't build connection. It creates imbalance. It sends the signal that he values her more than he values himself. And that's where attraction starts to die. You care. You text good morning every day. You ask if she's eaten. You cancel your plans to see her. You go above and beyond to make her feel special. You're thinking, how could she not love this? But in her mind, she's wondering why a man would give so much to someone who hasn't truly earned that place in his life yet. That kind of behavior doesn't feel romantic. It feels weak. And weakness, no matter how well-dressed, doesn't attract women. See, women don't respond to effort the way men think they do. They respond to value. If you're constantly over-caring, over-giving, and over-available, it creates a sense that you don't value your time, your attention, or your energy. And if you don't, why should she? Let's make it clear with an example. There's a guy named Malik. Great guy. Kind heart, steady job, solid values. He meets Jasmine, and from day one, he treats her like a queen. Flowers every week. Good morning texts daily. He plans full dates, remembers everything she says, compliments her constantly. For the first 2 weeks, Jasmine is flattered. But by week 3, she starts replying slower. By week 4, she's too busy to hang out. By week 5, she tells him, "You're such a great guy, but I just don't feel that spark." Now enter Chris. Same girl, same setting. But Chris doesn't flood her with attention. He's kind, yes, but focused on his purpose, his goals, and his time. He replies when he can, not instantly. He compliments her, but rarely. She has to work a little to impress him. Suddenly, Jasmine is curious, excited, hooked. It's not that Chris didn't care, he just didn't give more than she earned. That's the difference. The more you care too early, too easily, or too much, the less a woman feels. Because attraction isn't built on comfort. It's built on tension. And if you remove all the tension by giving her everything up front, there's nothing left for her to desire. So stop trying to prove your worth through how much you care. Care for yourself first. That's what makes her care about you. 2. Nice guys are emotional beggars. Let's be honest. Most nice guys aren't actually nice. They're strategic. They're trying to earn love, approval, and sex through kindness. And the worst part? Women can feel it. Deep down, they know it's not real. It's a performance. You're not holding the door just to be polite. You're hoping she'll notice you. You're not sending that goodnight text just to check in. You're hoping she misses you back. You're not listening to her rant for 40 minutes because you care about the story. You're hoping it buys you points. This isn't generosity, it's emotional begging. Men don't talk about this enough. We grow up thinking that if we're nice, we'll get the girl. If we treat her well, she'll choose us. But the truth is, if your niceness comes from a place of lack, from a hidden agenda, it doesn't feel like strength. It feels like weakness dressed in politeness. And women are wired to feel the difference. When your energy says, please like me, please choose me, you're already beneath her in your own mind. That's what she senses. She doesn't feel your presence. She feels your desperation. You might be thinking, but I am a good guy. I do care. That may be true, but here's the difference. Are you giving from a full cup? Or are you giving because you're hoping to get something back? Because real strength, real masculinity, doesn't need to be rewarded for doing the right thing. It's not transactional. It's not a trade. It just is. Nice guys think being emotionally available too soon makes them special. But if you're pouring your heart out in week one, asking deep questions, sharing all your traumas, and getting too vulnerable too fast, it doesn't look mature. It looks unstable. A woman wants to feel pulled into your world, not like she's your emotional crutch. She doesn't want to feel like she's dating someone who's constantly trying to win her approval. That pressure is exhausting. And that's why so many nice guys get ghosted or put in the friend zone. Not because they're kind, but because they're dependent. Truth is, you don't need to be nicer. You need to be stronger, more grounded, more selective with who gets your energy. Women don't chase kindness. They chase certainty, confidence, self-respect. If your niceness isn't rooted in power, it'll always come across as begging. And no one, man or woman, is attracted to a beggar. 3. Women crave challenge, not comfort. Here's a hard pill most men don't want to swallow. Being nice, predictable, and always available doesn't make you desirable. It makes you forgettable. If you've ever found yourself doing everything right, only to get ignored or passed over, this is probably why. Comfort is great when a woman's already emotionally invested. But attraction doesn't start with comfort. It starts with curiosity, with mystery, with the feeling of not knowing everything about you yet. But most guys give it all away too soon. You tell her how much you like her on the first date. You cancel your gym session to meet her last minute. You answer every call, reply to every text instantly, and let her know she can have all of you. Anytime, any day. You think that will make her feel safe. But in reality, it makes her bored. Why? Because there's no tension, no edge, no reason for her to wonder about you. You're already hers, and she hasn't even earned it. That removes the challenge. And women are drawn to challenge like a flame. Let's be honest. When something comes too easy, we all devalue it. Men and women. Think about the last time you had to work hard for something, whether it was money, a job, or respect. Didn't you appreciate it more? Didn't it feel more rewarding? It's the same with attraction. A woman wants to feel something. She wants to earn your interest. She wants to wonder if you're fully into her or if she needs to step up to keep your attention. That's not manipulation. That's just how desire works. The problem is, too many men want to be liked so badly that they remove every form of challenge. They give comfort up front, thinking it builds love, but it actually kills desire. Being a challenge doesn't mean being rude or cold. It means having standards, having your own life, having goals that come before her. It means being willing to walk away if your needs aren't met, not folding the moment she pulls away. So if you want to be the man she chooses, stop trying to be her emotional cushion. Be the mountain she has to climb, not the pillow she leans on. Because women may appreciate comfort, but they're attracted to the climb. 4. Respect dies when you chase. Let's get one thing clear. You cannot be respected and be the one doing all the chasing. It doesn't matter how good your intentions are, how much you like her, or how different you think she is. Once you start chasing, you give up your position. And when respect disappears, so does attraction. Every man has felt this. You meet a woman, you're excited, you start texting her constantly. You're the one planning every date. You're the one always initiating conversations. You're making it known that you want her badly. And what happens? She pulls back. She becomes colder, less responsive. Then one day, she says she's not feeling it anymore. It's not because you're not good enough. It's because you gave her everything without making her earn anything. The second you start chasing, you place her on a pedestal and you put yourself beneath her. That's not how masculine energy works. That's not how leadership, confidence, or value is shown. And deep down, she senses that. It's not about arrogance, it's about self-respect. Most men don't even realize they're chasing. They think they're just being persistent or showing interest. But here's the difference. When you chase, you're trying to convince her. When you stand in your value, you let her choose. There's a difference between making an effort and giving up your dignity. A man who respects himself will never beg for attention, force connection, or try to win her over. He lets the connection grow naturally. He leads, yes, but he doesn't overextend. He stays grounded, and if the energy isn't matched, he pulls back. That's where real respect is built. Not by texting her nonstop, not by proving you're the nicest guy she's ever met, but by showing that your world doesn't revolve around her, that you have options, that you can walk away if needed, that your time, energy, and attention are earned, not handed out like candy. Women don't lose interest in you because you're not enough. They lose interest because you made her feel like she's everything and you're nothing. Here's the truth. If you're chasing her, she's running from you. If you're centered in yourself, she's drawn to you. So stop thinking you have to impress her. Stop thinking effort means pressure. And stop thinking love is earned by doing the most. The more you chase, the more she resents it. But the more you stand still in your power, the more she respects and desires you. Because no woman is turned on by a man who forgets his worth the moment he wants hers. 5. The man she wants won't need her. Here's a truth a lot of men refuse to accept. The man she's most attracted to is the one who doesn't need her. That doesn't mean he's cold. It doesn't mean he's emotionally unavailable. It just means his identity isn't built around having her in his life. You have to understand something. Neediness is a repellent. Women don't want to feel like they're your lifeline. They want to feel like they're joining your already fulfilling life, not becoming the reason it finally has meaning. Too many guys make a woman their mission. Once they like her, everything else fades. The gym, the goals, the hobbies, the discipline. She becomes the priority, even when she hasn't done anything to earn that place. That kind of energy feels suffocating. It's like being emotionally handcuffed to someone who's constantly asking, "Am I enough now?" A woman can feel when she's your everything, and it's never attractive. Now let's make this clearer. There's a guy named Eric, focused. He runs his own business, he's in the gym 5 times a week, and he's constantly leveling up. When he meets a woman, he's kind, attentive, and present, but he's not shaken by her presence. He doesn't cancel his schedule to impress her. He doesn't rearrange his life to win her approval. He's got things to do, and if she fits in, great. If not, he keeps it moving. What happens? She respects him. She's drawn in. She starts chasing. Not because he's playing games, but because he's whole. And that's what women find magnetic. Now compare that to the man who drops everything the moment a woman shows interest. He replies instantly. He's always available. He wants to talk every night. He needs constant reassurance. He needs to know she's still interested. It's exhausting, and she pulls away. Here's the thing. When you don't need her, you're not afraid to lose her. That's what makes you powerful. That's what gives you presence. You show up fully as yourself. No masks, no performance, no desperation. You're not trying to win her. You're letting her choose. And when she chooses a man who doesn't need her, she gets to want him. That's what creates desire. So if you want to be the man women chase, stop acting like you need them to complete you. Focus on your path. Build your life. Be fulfilled already. Then let her add to it, not become it. Because the man she wants was already good without her. 6. Too much attention looks desperate. Let's be real. When you're constantly giving a woman attention, checking in, complimenting her, reacting to every story she posts, double texting, liking every picture, it doesn't make her feel wanted. It makes her feel smothered. Most guys don't realize this because we've been conditioned to believe that attention equals affection. You're told that if you really like a girl, you should show it. All the time. But what happens when you do that non-stop? It starts to feel one-sided, forced, like you're trying to earn her with effort instead of letting your presence speak for itself. You have to understand that attention is currency, and when you spend it too freely, it loses its value. If a woman knows that no matter what she does, you'll be in her DMs, you'll be checking on her, you'll be reacting to every little thing she posts, she doesn't feel special. She feels like you have nothing better to do. And whether she says it out loud or not, she starts to wonder, why is this guy always on me like this? Doesn't he have his own life? The truth is, too much attention gives off the wrong energy. It screams insecurity. It says you're constantly thinking about her, waiting on her, making her the center of your world. That doesn't come across as romantic. It comes across as needy. And neediness is never attractive. Men who are truly confident don't need to shower a woman with constant attention. They give it in moments, intentional, valuable, and rare enough to feel earned. That kind of attention makes a woman light up, because she knows it means something. But if you're always the one starting conversations, always the one making the plans, always the one giving more, you turn into background noise. Predictable. Easy. And easy is boring. Let's keep it honest. Part of what draws people to each other is the unknown. The space, the tension. If you remove that by constantly being in her face, there's no room for desire to grow. No mystery. No chase. No spark. This doesn't mean ignore her. This doesn't mean play cold. But it does mean balance. If your attention isn't being matched, pull back. If she's not showing equal interest, stop flooding her with yours. A woman doesn't want to feel like she's your mission. She wants to feel chosen, not chased. Let her wonder a little. Let her miss you. Let her think about why you haven't texted yet. That's where attraction builds. Because when you give too much attention, it doesn't make you stand out. It makes you look like you're trying too hard to be seen. 7. Affection without power means nothing. Here's the harsh truth that a lot of men aren't ready to hear. Affection without power means nothing. You can be the nicest guy, shower her with compliments, be there for her whenever she needs it, but if you're not standing in your own power, she's not going to respect you. Let's break this down. Most men think that showing affection, being the sweet guy, or always being available will win over a woman. But what they don't realize is that women don't want affection from just anybody. They want it from a man who has something to offer. Someone who has his own life, his own direction, and his own strength. Someone who doesn't need her to feel complete. But too many men are willing to give all their affection away, with nothing in return. They give without boundaries. They give because they think that if they give enough, they'll earn her love. And that's where it all falls apart. It's time to wake up and realize affection without power is just weakness in disguise. When you give affection without standing in your own power, you're essentially saying, I need you more than you need me. That's not attractive. That's desperate. Women want a man who can stand alone. They want someone who doesn't need their validation to feel good about themselves. Someone who's not constantly looking for her approval. Think about this. If you give all your affection away without maintaining any form of self-respect or boundaries, you've just turned yourself into a doormat. And no one, especially women, respects doormats. The truth is, you can't earn respect with affection alone. It has to come from your actions, from how you carry yourself, from the way you live your life. Men need to wake up to this. Stop thinking that being nice and giving her everything will make her love you. You can't buy love with affection. You can't buy respect with attention. You earn both by being the man who's confident in his own path. A man who doesn't drop everything for her. A man who stays grounded with his own passions, goals, and boundaries. Now, this doesn't mean you should be cold or distant. Affection is important, but it has to come with power, with self-respect. Show affection when it makes sense, not because you're desperate for her approval. Be the man who has control over his emotions, not the one who lets his feelings control him. If you keep giving affection like it's candy, you're only showing her that you have nothing else to offer. And eventually that's going to make her lose interest. So, men, wake up. Affection isn't the answer. Being a man of power, value, and self-respect is. Here's the cold truth that no one wants to admit. If you're a man who needs a woman to feel complete, you're doomed from the start. It doesn't matter how much you try to play nice, how much affection you give, or how much you bend over backward to please her. The more you chase her, the less she'll want you. That's the reality, and I know it stings. But I'm saying it because I want to wake you up. If you keep going down this path, you'll just end up stuck in a cycle where you're constantly giving without receiving. And let's face it, no one respects a man who's afraid to walk away. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been the nice guy? Have you ever chased after someone thinking you could win them over with kindness and attention, only to find yourself disappointed? I'm sure you've got some stories, and I want to hear them. Comment below and share your experiences, your wins, your failures, your lessons learned. I'm here to create a real connection with you, not just throw advice at you. So don't be shy. If you're ready to stop being the emotional beggar and start leading in your own life, I'm here for that journey with you. Reach out, and let's build something stronger together. Remember, the more you value yourself, the more you'll be valued. So let's make this change together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.